Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is my channel. So, I want to say hello to all my subscribers and my loyal subscribers, all my loyal viewers. All right. Uh, and I want to say what's up to all my new subscribers. I thank you all. All right. So, what we're going to talk about today is there are going to be some immediate changes to Section 8 housing and HUD. Now, this is for the United States. Okay. Now, this is not just going to be affecting undocumented immigrants. This is going to be affecting you as American. All right. So get your coffee, chill out, relax, and let's chat. All right. So this is going to be the new enforced rules for Section 8. Excuse me. Still recovering from appendicitis surgery for Section 8. And yes, also HUD. So some of this is kind of good, and some of this, it all depends on your opinion. Okay, so what's going on is the secretary in charge of HUD has put his foot down. He's doubling down. Okay, if you're undocumented immigrant and you're on HUD, if you're in Section 8 housing, or if you're in, excuse me, thank God for my coffee, or if you're in Section 8, like apartments, okay, that stops. Okay, making it more clear than that. That stops. And he's doubling down because HUD, housing and apartments, have to now every 30 days give accountability for everybody in that unit. That's right. Or those houses. And if they're undocumented immigrants, they got to get out. Okay. Now, you're going to hear a lot of people say that they didn't think that it was that many undocumented immigrants in HUD or in HUD apartments, because there's different forms of Section 8 and HUD, okay, and HUD, or HUD housing. But after Title 42 went away and Biden let everybody who wanted to come in, they started breaking those rules. And Americans couldn't get those apartments. They couldn't get those homes because they were giving vouchers to undocumented aliens or immigrants, whatever you want to call it, okay? Now, that comes to an end. All right, because they had to find some place to put them. So they were giving them, and I've known people personally, Americans, people that a lot of undocumented immigrants were given vouchers to get houses. They were given vouchers to get SNAP, EBT food stamps. They got the hookup. Okay, they were given vouchers to be able to move in to Section 8 apartments, okay? Or apartments affected by some form of Section 8. So you understand that. So in the beginning, it wasn't that many, but once Title 42 went away and Biden let everybody come in, yeah. And we're not just talking about Latin Americans. We're not talking about just talking about Mexicans. We're talking Chinese, Asian, Japanese, East Indians, whatever. Okay, that was undocumented. Now we're not talking about people with H1 or H2 visas. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, so that's happening, and every 30 days, each apartment complex, each housing unit has to give the names and the status of the people living there. Okay? And if they violate that, they don't get no money from the government. This was a rule already, but it was just broken so they could fit as many undocumented immigrants into homes as well as apartments. Okay, so they doubled down on that, and they're not playing. How is this affecting you? Well, first of all, if you're on that waiting list, you have a good chance, and you're American, you have a good chance that you finally be able to be put into a place. Okay. Of course, you know, they got to clean up the houses and apartments and all that other stuff. Make sure they're ready, you know. But that's just procedure. Okay. Now, how is it affecting you as American? You probably say, well, that's for undocumented immigrants. That ain't affecting me. Well, if you're a felon, nope. You're out. That's right. If you're a felon, you're out. If you're doing drug activity and you've got a lot of disturbance called upon your apartment, you're out. And this is for Americans. That's right. They're not playing. So let's say you're going to try to be slick. Let's say you're not a felon, everything's cool, and a felon moves in with you and lives with you, everything's cool. Okay? Might feel like you got away with it. But if you start getting into the legal activity with that felon, you're out. No matter what age you are, race, color, nationality, or sexuality, or religion. It doesn't matter. You're out. And that's how it's going to affect you as American. Okay? And these rules and these laws are being implemented immediately. So if you didn't catch it on the news, I'm telling you this. So please share this video with as many people as possible so they'll know what's up. Because if it's time to clean up the act, they better clean it up. No more free rides. They're going to get you out. And the housing will have no choice. Okay? These housing will have no choice. And these apartments, they will have no choice. Because they can pull those police records. They can pull those, how many times a policeman coming out to that apartment or the house and all this stuff. And if you got felons, if you've been doing illegal activity, they can pull those records. They have access. So clean it up. All right? And that's what I want to let you know about these. I can't really call them changes because they already were the law, but they weren't implemented, but they are now. And it's happening right now, okay? And it's going to happen even stronger in a harder way after the midterms in May, okay? So clean it up so you can, because winter's coming. If you want to have a happy home, now you know, okay? All right. And I shall talk to you later. This is your homie Dalton. Welcome to the Red Zone, baby. Peace, y'all.